Today is the day.
Maybe.
Yeah, Bad Kitty goes back in the water. It's supposed to be 1 o'clock. It's 1:40 now.
Mm-hmm.
Patricia freaked out. And
Yeah, I was freaking out. I should have known better. Island time.
And fenders out. We had to get the dinghy aboard. It's an issue that's going to have to be resolved later.
Mm-hmm.
We got 2 crew members flying in at 3 o'clock, and it's going to be tight picking them up on time.
Yeah.
So we'll see. They may have to go hang out at the bar or the restaurant.
Anywhere. Unless they want to take a cab.
Yeah.
We might be in the middle of getting this boat docked.
Yeah, and it's the wind has picked up today.
Of course.
I'd say it's probably 15 knots out there on the water. So we'll see as time goes on. It should calm down a little bit as we get later in the day, but we'll manage.
Yeah.
Hope the engine starts. Hope the boat floats.
Yeah, I'm going to be running down there checking all the bilges once they let us aboard.
So,
well, after we get tied up first. We've got to secure the boat first.
Yeah, well, we'll check the bilges before they take the straps off.
Yes.
So, all right. Let's hurry up and wait.
I'm Patricia.
And I'm Dave.
During COVID, we brought a Geno 440, then spent 4 years living aboard and outfitting her to go cruising.
We were learning how to sail on the Texas coast.
Then found a neglected Maverick 440 in Grenada.
We spent hurricane season rehabbing her.
Then sailed 2,800 miles back to Texas to finish the rehab.
Subscribe and join us for the journey. Are you stressed?
Yeah, especially with this wind.
That's blowing 20 knots.
Yeah, and we'd never docked this boat before. Or even been on it in the water.
When we came down to look at Bad Kitty, she was buried back in the back corner of the yard, and it was impossible to get her out for a sea trial. So we're going to be launching her today, and it's going to be our first look at a lot of the systems on the boat and whether they work or not, and if we made a good decision buying this boat.
Of course, the first system we checked is the generator. And as you can tell, I've been sweating my butt off. And same with Dave. And tell him what we found.
Oh, well, they were supposed to take out the impellers on both engines and the generator, and we paid for them to have them put back on. They took off the belts because they say it makes memory. Well, they didn't take out the impeller on the generator, and it was bad. And we got the code twice for seawater pressure low. I primed the system, so I did everything I thought I was doing correctly. So I ended up pulling the pump off, and sure enough, the impeller in there was frozen up and not turning, and that should be our problem. The other problem is the panel. You can see where the panel. See where the panel is?
It's way back here.
So in order to clear the fault code, we had to use the GoPro and mirror it to my phone so that we could stick the GoPro back there so I could see the display, because we have to get to a certain memory, a certain file point, and then clear the error code or it won't let you start. So now we have the error code finished. We're ready to install the pump. Now we should be.
Hopefully this is it and it doesn't flash a new error code.
Yeah.
Once it gets past this step. And that's not the easiest thing to get to either. Okay, Dave. Did you check to make sure the tension's good?
It's good enough for me.
I think that's what 10 millimeters looks like.
Yeah, I'll show you 10 millimeters later. I reset the code with Patricia's help. We had to do the same thing. We used the action cam, pair it to our phone, and that's the only way we can see this display panel back here, which, you know, it's just jammed in here. There's no way to. This is the display panel and the selector button. So we're going to give this another shot. Yeah, Patricia's on the through valve, and so as soon as it starts, she's going to open the through valve, and hopefully we get water. Open. We got water. We started both engines. We got an immediate COM error. And what it is the ECU is not in communication. The problem is they installed Yacht Device, which is a system that allows you to see your engine data on your chart plotter. However, they installed it wrong. They spliced it into the displays rather than get the module that allows you to connect it to the ECU. I had installed this correctly on Cavu, and I'll have a link here if you'd like to see my installation. But once we disconnected it, we were able to get both engines started. All right, another project problem solving mystery. Our port freshwater tank gauge doesn't work. So I've investigated that. I think I found the problem. It looks like it's been maybe fixed or put back together, and looks like it's got corroded connection. So I'm hoping that I can just reconnect this and it works. Here you can see the connection. I've kind of cut this off. You can see the corrosion in there. So I'm going to cut this out and meter it, and then try to reconnect it correctly, and hopefully that fixes the problem. I've reconnected these, but I'm still having the same problem. I did cut out a good bit of corrosion out of the line, but I think the sender's bad, so this is going to be to be continued. So we got our new Autopilot control unit installed. I took a picture of the other one, so I made sure the wires all matched up. It's pretty easy swap. So we got at least one win today. Did the calibration and setup. Everything appears to be working, and updated the software via the Starlink. So we're going to call this one good. So while we have TV out, while we're chasing down some of these other problems, what we're going to do is we are going to install this Panasonic DVD player so we can watch movies on Passage without streaming. And I've just got to wire it in. So let's see how that goes. The TV is back in place. The DVD player is installed. Spence lit our fuel line and got our starboard engine running. Wes helped out on all projects. Trisha did laundry and lunch.
Cleaning, yeah, and food.
And organization.
Yes.
So now it is off to the store to provision for the journey. Well, we're off the dock. Next stop is San Juan. In the words of Captain Ron, if it's going to happen, it'll happen out there. Come join us for the journey. Make sure you like and subscribe, and watch our adventure as we try to get Bad Kitty back to Texas.